Hello everyone, welcome to the Freaky Draft League. As you can see, we're on cart this week. Hooray, we made it. So this will be really fun. We're facing Sophie, our group founder, leader of the Freaky Squad. Super excited to play this one. She is a really terrifying team. We have a fun one with some weakness policy shenanigans, some trickery going on. So this should be fun. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the squad. We're about to play in about 5 minutes, so I'm trying to get this done pretty quick. Sophie's team. Well, before we get into that, Sophie is a founder of our group, as everyone knows. I met Sophie back in Atlanta Regionals back at the beginning of this year, and just one of the nicest people you've ever met. And she mentioned to me and a few others about an idea of starting a Discord group to, just bond over Pokemon and see who is going to what regionals, trying to team build together, everything Pokemon, to try to get more involved in the community, which is that's kind of how I ended up going to Atlanta. I went alone, and I just wanted to meet people, and met great people there. And Sophie really brought me into her group and with open arms, and is just an overall wonderful person. I don't need to tell anybody that she's extremely organized, has been amazing in this group. Set up the draft league. Even this spreadsheet is incredibly thorough. I can't imagine the work that goes into setting this up and keeping this up. So, and shout out to everybody else who's helped out with this. Really excited to play Sophie. This should be good. Let's get into the teams real quick. There are basically two different modes here with Sophie's team. The whole team is Kilowattrel, Walking Wake, Garchomp, Manaphy, Hisuian Arcanine, Hitmonlee, Indeedee, Vulpix, Trevenant, Exeggutor, Venonat, and Hatterene. Those who've played Sophie, team may seem a little bit different, right? She completely rehauled her team this past week. I think she changed 5 of the Mons in a way that I think were very good moves. Very, very balanced. She has a couple really scary modes here. First off, Kilowattrel Garchomp is a crazy pair. Kilowattrel can spam Discharge, and Garchomp is immune because of the ground typing on that. And Garchomp is just one of the most terrifying mons in the format, in my opinion. So that's a super threatening addition, especially to my team. She also picked up Hatterene, which is one of my least favorite mons. It's actually the only mon that packs a reasonable punch that is slower than my Sudowoodo, which is why I picked it up, so it could be slower than everything. But Sophie's Hatterene is 1 point slower, so we're not bringing Sudowoodo, unfortunately. Yeah, so I'm expecting a pair. Here are the mons I'm expecting from Sophie's team. I'm expecting Kilowattrel, Garchomp, Hisuian Arcanine, and kind of a wild card, maybe Walking Wake or Manaphy, as one set that she could bring. And then I'm expecting a Hatterene, Indeedee Hard Trick Room mode with maybe Exeggutor, maybe Trevenant Vulpix. I'm not sure. But I'm expecting 2 different modes available to her throughout the games. I'm expecting her to have both ready to go, so she can choose whichever one she wants based on what I have on my team. And yeah, I'm just really scared of her team. It's super, super threatening. So let's go. I have it a little bit different this time. Let's go through the stats, not on, go through my team in the OG on cart way. It may take a second, but let's do it. First off, let's go through the whole thing. Our 6 we're bringing. We're bringing Focus Sash Dragapult, Scarf Indeedee, Weakness Policy Iron Crown, Latios with Soul Dew, Heatran with Assault Vest, and Sneasler with your classic Psychic Seed. It's a very unusual Sneasler, though. All these mons are unusual. Let's go through one by one. First off, we have Dragapult, which I'll put the EVs on the screen right here. What the heck? All my things are all messed up right now. Here, take this group, move it here. Cool. We have basically support Dragapult. Dragon Darts to do reasonable damage, 252 attack, 252 speed. Basically, this Dragapult is here to lead in the first game. Any game that I think Kilowattrel might come to, Dragapult's going to come to in the lead. It can outspeed, and along with Indeedee, who has Scarf, can knock it out before it moves to try to prevent Tailwind. That's kind of the idea, and then if I see a Trick Room set up, I can use U-Turn to get out of there. Reflect is to help against Garchomp, basically, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my monsters don't like Garchomp. So That's what it's here for. Next up, we have Indeedee. I'll get rid of my Dragapult EVs and put up my Indeedee EVs here. Get my group going. Okay. Indeedee it's just a classic 252 Modest with Scarf. Expanding Force, Terra Grass, Terra Blast. Terra Grass is essentially to live Garchomp. Really nothing else. After You, just in case I get Iron Crown on the field but it's too slow, or maybe Heatran, I can use After You to speed it up, to pack a bigger punch than Indeedee would be able to. And yeah, other than that, just classic Indeedee stuff. You know what's going on. Iron Crown. Here are these EVs. Crown. Okay. This is kind of the start of the show. This Iron Crown is coming to every game. It is the main mon here. It's what the team's built around. We have the bulkiest, the most physically defensive, bulky Iron Crown that you could have on a team, basically. 252 HP, 180 plus defense with a defense boosting nature, and a little tiny bit of special attack investment, 1 point of speed, 1 point of special defense. This thing, with Tachyon Cutter, Expanding Force, Iron Defense, and Protect. Essentially, the game plan is to get Iron Crown in a position where Sophie has no choice but to hit it with a super effective move to get it off the field, and then just bullet everything with Expanding Force, which will be +2 at that point because weakness policy after triggers will, of course, double its special attack. Iron Defense is just to get a little bit of extra boost on the defense if we need it, and this is also, of course, what Dragapult's Reflect can help with that too. So the idea is to get... this spread can live 1 Garchomp, Stomping Tantrum, or 1 Garchomp, Earthquake. With Life Orb, it can even live 1... If it's Terra, Ground, Garchomp without Life Orb, then it can live that too. 1 hit. And then fire back for massive damage. So this is the start of the show. This is the main guy. If this doesn't work, then we lose, basically. Next up, we have Latios. This is a late addition. I initially had Sudowoodo in the spot before I realized it didn't really work. Get my Latios group here. Yeah, right here. A little bit janky here. Let's do it this way. Okay. Latios is essentially here to outspeed Walking Wake if it doesn't have a speed boosting nature, if it doesn't have a speed boost, like booster energy. Sun isn't up, stuff like that. It's 1 point faster than Walking Wake. It's here to go fast, set up Tailwind, and one really cool thing about this Latios is with Terra Fairy, it completely walls Garchomp. Levitate means it can't hit, Garchomp can't hit with any ground type moves, and then Terra Fairy would mean that any dragon moves it's immune to as well. So it's completely immune to Garchomp if I get it set up. One possible endgame that I'm looking for is an endgame where it's Latios versus Arcanine, or Latios versus Walking Wake and Garchomp, and I can just Terra and completely ignore Garchomp, outspeed the other opponent, and knock them out and just win by default because Garchomp can't hit me. If Garchomp is running any sort of tech move, then that doesn't work, obviously, but I don't expect it to. I expect it to be running 3 attack, Earthquake, Stomping Tantrum, Dragon Claw, Protect. That's what I'm expecting. So this could come up. Yeah, worst case scenario is here for Tailwind. Next one is Heatran. We're doing a bulky Assault Vest Heatran set. Pretty boring stuff. 2 max HP, basically, max special attack. It's here to live. Terra Grass is here. It's Flash Fire, so nothing can hit it with a fire type move. It's basically counter to Arcanine and Garchomp. And kind of Walking Wake if it gets locked into if it's like Scarf Walking Wake and it locks itself into a water type move. I can Terra Grass and be immune to it, or if it locks itself into a fire type move, I can just switch in Heatran at any point, and it can't hit me. So Heat Wave is just for good spread damage. It's also here for any situation where Sophie has a Terra Steel Pokemon. That would be a situation where Heatran would come. This Power Gem I actually need to change. It's supposed to be Earth Power, so I'm going to change that right before the game. If I forget, then that's bad. But it's basically here to prevent Terra Steel Pokemon from taking over and be a good defensive bulky option against Arcanine, Garchomp, if I Terra, and some of the other mons like its Quadruple Resist Dazzling Gleam from Hatterene, stuff like that. Next one is Sneasler. Super weird Sneasler this week. My Sneaslers keep getting bulkier and bulkier every single week. So this is the bulkiest one I've made so far. I said that last week. 252 HP, 124 special defense investment with Psychic Seed. This thing can live a Helping Hand, Dazzling Gleam with Life Orb from Hatterene. Even if it's Terra. So super effective, Dazzling Gleam, Helping Hand, it can live that. So I don't expect to bring Sneasler. I have it at the bottom because it's kind of a last resort. With Indeedee Sneasler mode, if I'm really struggling. This thing has Dire Claw, Close Combat, Substitute, Protect, Substitute for a little bit of Cheeky. I couldn't really find a good move in there. But maybe in a weird pinch, I can use Substitute if I have a speed advantage and I'm expecting Protect to get an advantage that way. I don't expect to bring Sneasler. My main core is going to be Dragapult and Indeedee. That's what I'm going to lead game 1. Iron Crown in the back, and then either Latios and Heatran. Latios or Heatran. One of those two, that's kind of the two modes. Dragapult, Indeedee, Iron Crown, Heatran, or Dragapult, Indeedee, Iron Crown, Latios. Those are the two modes that I'm expecting to use, and that's what I'm leading with. So we'll kind of read what Sophie's team is and make a choice from there. But yeah.
All right, we're jumping right
That's
into
about
it.
it. I'm hoping
Sophie sent over
this
her
is a
team,
fun game.
the Terra types.
And
check
let's
that
get
out
started.
first.
We have a Banettes, Kilowattrel, Manaphy, Garchomp, Hatterene, Arcanine. So we have Hatterene with no Indeedee. I think she's just assuming I'm going to bring Indeedee, which I am. She is right. Okay, so Manaphy's Terra Water, Kilowattrel's Terra Ghost, Garchomp's Terra Dark, which is interesting and a big problem. Venonat is Dark, Hatterene is Terra Fire, Arcanine is Ground. So I'm going to set this right here. We have 50 seconds. Take a nice drink of Coke. I don't think it's a good luck, have fun, so let's do that. Good luck. Have fun. With 2 exclamation points for emphasis. Okay. We have our plan already set here. Regardless of what was coming, I was going to do the same thing, which is Dragapult, Indeedee, Iron Crown, and then we need to find something else. So with the Terra Dark Garchomp, that's going to be a problem. What else is Terra Dark? Venonat. I'm going to go ahead and... Heatran would be good, as opposed to Latios, because the Terra Grass would help out a lot. So I'm hoping to save Terra so I can kind of wall Venonat that way too. Yeah, let's get in it. Should be really fun. I'm trying to think of what I guess the Trick Room mode is just the idea that I'm going to bring Indeedee. So, I'm not going to write it off. So this is a lead that I definitely was expecting. Kilowattrel in the lead, trying to get Tailwind up. Let's go. I'm thinking with Dragon Darts and Expanding Force, I can mitigate a lot of this. Although if the Kilowattrel protects, no, I think this covers a lot of our bases here. So let's go ahead and Dragon Darts the Garchomp. I'm expecting the Garchomp to Terra Dark to avoid the Indeedee Expanding Force. But we can deal with that when we get there. Unless I want to Terra Grass right away to protect Preserve Indeedee. But its job is really to kill Kilowattrel. If I don't, well, let's Terra right away, because I don't want Kilowattrel to protect, and then I'm totally out. I need to prevent Tailwind if Manaphy's in the back. So let's Terra and Expanding Force. It'll live 1 Earthquake. I was hoping to save Terra for Heatran, but if we can get Garchomp out of the way early, then that's fine. Okay, ripping Terra. Yeah, Terra Garchomp I expect. Okay, speed is going to be really important. I'm curious if it's Scarf Garchomp. I don't think it will be. I think it'll be Life Orb or maybe whatever the ground boosting move. Okay, so no protect on the Kilowattrel. That's good. We can knock that thing out right away. I'm curious if that's Sash Kilowattrel or no. Either way, it's gone. I can't tell if that landed on like 2 HP or if it naturally survived or if it was right away from Focus Sash. Okay, no ground move, which is kind of unfortunate. Okay, so here's the problem. We have Hatterene. Hatterene is super dangerous here. I don't really want to switch anything into a ground move from Garchomp. I think I'm more or less okay with I'm gonna get Reflect up to protect my Iron Crown, and we'll just Expanding Force. It's not gonna hit Garchomp. It's not gonna do much to Indeedee. I mean to Hatterene. And we very well may lose both Mons here. But I think with Reflect up and Iron Crown, Reflect up and Iron Crown being so bulky, I think we'll still be okay. Dragon Claw, get a Dragon pulled off the field. That's okay. We didn't really want it there anyway. I'm curious to see if this is Trick Room or Expanding Force. It is Trick Room. Okay, that's fine. We're okay with this. Iron Crown coming out. Now we can get Hatterene off the field, but we really need Garchomp gone. So let's just keep Expanding Force. Not going to do a whole lot to Iron Crown, but definitely going to kill Indeedee. I'm really hoping this Iron Crown can take out this Garchomp, but if not, I think we'll still live. Hatterene is the one with the Life Orb. Makes sense. Oh my god, they're nothing. Hold on, is this Assault Vest Garchomp? It has to be, right? Oh my god, we might be done for. Okay, what do we know here? That Garchomp's a problem, man. I knew Garchomp was going to be a problem, but Assault Vest Garchomp? That's gotta be Assault Vest, right? Pull a Calc real quick for that. Buy my Iron Crown Garchomp. No, it's gotta be Assault Vest. Which kind of is a huge problem for my team. Oh man, this is a big problem. Why don't we protect... Oh, we gotta get this thing off the floor right now. How many turns is Trick Room Road? I don't know, going for the gut. Protect. I don't know. She boomed me. She totally got me. Okay. A double into Iron Crown. I expect Mystical Fire to be on the moveset. Please no Earthquake. Oh, we got boomed. We got utterly and totally boomed. Oh man, I'm hoping I live. What can we do here? Okay, if I live Mystical Fire, kill Garchomp, one turn Trick Room left, then what? Take Garchomp. I don't even think I live this. Yeah. Well played. Well played. So that is it's a loss right there. Oh man. Okay, so we got a Soul Vest Garchomp. GG's, that one. Battle against the same rules. We have big problems. We have big problems. Sophie's little Gramble is funny. Okay. So what can we do about that thing? We may need Sneasler right off the bat. Always like the Area Zero music. Okay, what can we do here? Okay, so we can't take Garchomp out with special moves. It's kind of the thing here. It still can't do much damage to Heatran. It's a big problem. Okay, if we lead Sneasler and Dee Dee, she's probably expecting that. But it would help against Garchomp. It would be very good against Gortroms. Sophie's definitely expecting it. But why would it not work? Maybe if Manaphy is Scarf? Let's run it back. But with, Latios. Yeah, we gotta do it. I don't feel good about this, guys. I don't feel good about this. I was prepared for several Garchomps, but Assault Vest Garchomp is not one of them. I'll just be totally honest. Same over here from Sophie. Let's do our... Oh man. The move I want to do is U-turn into Kilowattrel and Expanding Force. But it's just so risky. I do have Tailwind back there if Kilowattrel lives. The U-turn would, if Sophie did the same move, the U-turn would work very, very well. But if Sophie does a ground move, then we're kind of screwed. I don't think she's gonna do ground move. Which is definitely gonna Terra Garchomp, that's for sure. I don't think she's gonna do ground move, but I just can't let this Garchomp get behind Tailwind. I can't do it. I can't allow that to happen. This way I can at least prevent Tailwind. How did that kill Waffle Sash? That Garchomp is so bulky. This is the slowest, bulkiest Assault Vest Garchomp I've ever seen. That's why we didn't switch. That's why we didn't switch. Shout out to Ndidi for living that. So this Garchomp isn't very strong, actually. It's definitely scary because it stays around forever, but let's, like... My Ndidi should never live that. What are you doing? Oh, I guess she's deciding. I guess it does live that. It's pretty interesting. Psychic Seed Manaphy. So I like how Sophie's positioned this, just knowing that I'm gonna have a Psychic Terrain. She didn't even bring Psychic Terrain. It's so funny. This man, no, it can't be Choice Scarf. Let's keep plugging away. It can't be Choice Scarf and both my Pokemon are faster. Well, I want to see what it does. I'll sacrifice Indeedee. I want to see what it does. It doesn't protect. Neither does Garchomp. So basically sacrificing Indeedee for... Didn't do nothing. Oh no. Triple the special attack. Okay, that thing is very, very dangerous. Okay, so a definite baton pass into Hatterene is on the table. That's for sure. In which case, no, it can't baton pass before. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. Okay. And my Latios hard wall doesn't work because Garchomp has Crunch. So do I Terra Dragapult right here? I think we should. If Manaphy protects, then both of my Terra Dragon Darts go into Garchomp. If it doesn't protect, then I think I get the KO with the combination of both of the moves, Expanding Force and Dragon Darts. Okay, blocked by Manaphy and does nothing to Garchomp. I'm wondering how much this does. Come on, Dragapult. I don't think it's going to KO, but it's going to be close. How fast is Manaphy? Heart's racing right now. Okay, Manaphy. What's your max speed? 158. So my Latios is still faster than that thing. Huge move. Huge move right here. Will Iron Crown live that? Triple special attack? No way. I need Latios up here. If I can get Garchomp out of the way. Okay. Do I double into that thing though? How many turns? Oh man, I'm running out of time here. I'm gonna double into it with Draco and Expanding Force. I think I can get past the Garchomp. Okay, we connect. Okay. I'm expecting Hatterene in the back, but I think we can get past the Garchomp Hatterene combo. Crunch, surely into Latios. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, okay. Wait, what's the tail blow about then? what do I do here? It's gonna redirect me for sure. Or protect. I think I need to protect. If I protect, Expanding Force and Banettes doesn't protect. Oh man, it's a guessing game. I think they're gonna redirect. I think. If Banettes protects, I lose. That's just how it is. Please, please don't protect Banettes. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Got outplayed. Got outplayed. Man. Okay. What we know is weakness policy is going to trigger. And they have to rage powder. The question is, can I live 2 of this Terra Crunch from Gortroms? And I think the answer is going to be no. Maybe Iron Defense would be the move. How much? They got attack down powder. Gets rage powder. I'm hoping if I live 2 of these, then I win. If not, I lose. I lose. Well played by Sophie. I got thoroughly outplayed by this. Oh, I didn't kill Venom. That's so bold. Even with a crit, that's insane. Ah, feels bad. We had such a good plan too. I felt like it was good. Yeah. Well played, well played. 2-0. Good stuff from Sophie. That was incredible. There were definitely things I could have done, but we didn't find them. So I'll ask her if she wants to chat. Maybe we can get a little debrief. But well played, super well played. I gotta have class. We'll see. I'll see if she wants to. Yeah, she wants to chat. Okay, maybe I'll post it. Maybe I won't. But if I don't, peace.